These guys are all kind of in that range. Bellinger, like I said, I'm not enamored with him. If Waller goes down, he might have a little bit of value, but not enough to put in the top 5 here.
Yeah.
Gray, the rookie running
It's
back.
yeah.
It's
It's
slim pickings.
it is very well slim pickings. It's not fun because I mean I know what you mean, man. Because it, the Giants, the fucking
Yeah,
Giants,
who's the
dude. I
number one
mean,
receiver? Who's the number
who
one
they got?
receiver?
Fantasy Pros has they have Wandale Robinson listed as their number one. Darius Slayton after that. Isaiah Hodgson, Paris Campbell. Then you got
Isaiah
Jalen
Hodgins?
Hyatt. Yes, yes, yeah. And then we got Jalen Hyatt, got Sterling Shepard, Jameson Crowder. Jameson Crowder's been
I
around
didn't
for
know he was still
fucking.
in the league.
He's been
How many
around for
teams has he been
ages.
with the last couple of years?
I know, right? God damn, he seemed like he's been in it for 10 some odd years. He just never goes away. It's like good gravy. Shit, I was remember him with the freaking the Commanders. I was all fixated with him and he had a couple good seasons and whatnot. But yeah, I mean it comes down to who's gonna be the number one guy. I mean that's gonna come down to the question. What Wandale ACL, yeah. I mean, he was a rookie last year. Unfortunately, I mean, he's got some upside. He was a top 24 wide receiver 16% of the time. Good majority, he was a wide receiver for 66% of the time. So
Pretty
unproven
paltry.
talent. Yeah, unproven talent right now. I mean, that's the downfall. And yes, a lot of my statistics.
Where does Wandale? No, quick, Jay. Where does Wandale fall in? Let's say like a 12-team draft. Like we've
Who
done some
knows? He
mock
might even
drafts, like
like. So this is probably what's going to happen. A lot of people
late
are going
round
to be going.
or
Um,
undrafted.
He might be undrafted. A lot of people would
Maybe.
be going after Darius Slayton because he's the taller guy. He was kind of the more proven. I mean, he had the targets. Um, I can tell you right now who had the most targets. I was looking. Give me just a second. But yeah, no. I overall, um, it's gonna be Darius Slayton. Um, Jalen Hyatt's gonna be drafted before Wandale because Wandale's a little bit taller. He's a taller dude for sure. Um, yes, I was going to figure out. It's hard to say with all these targets that were missed and whatnot in here. So Isaiah Hodgson, yeah, he's gonna be one of those guys that goes undrafted. I mean, yeah, he had a couple nice touchdowns there at the end, but he's not gonna be a guy you're gonna be drafting if they're in your 10-man, 12-man leagues. Deeper leagues, 12. I mean, 16, yes, possibly. Darius Slayton had the most targets out of them. 13 he had the 13 targets. Isaiah had 11 targets. That was their receiving. Richie James had 16. He's not even with the team anymore. So as you can see, they didn't have Sterling Shepard. I mean, Rondale got hurt, so they were using anybody and anyone they could get their hands on
Yeah.
for just to toss them the damn ball. So with them drafting Jalen Hyatt, he's kind of my rookie sleeper. Um, I think he should be able to see some targets.
I think he is
Yes,
too.
Donovan. Yes, I'm going to stay Sterling Shepard. I mean, yeah, he's kind of been injured. He's been around. He's been with the Giants for so long. I know I've told you this quite a few times. I've been a Shepard person for a long, long time, and even when he was playing with Odell Beckham, I mean, he had, you can see that Sterling had the goods. I mean, he was their number two guy, and if he didn't get injured, yeah, this would be no question. Sterling would be their number one guy right now. That'd be no damn question about it. But a lot of people are going to be saying, "You're stupid. You're an idiot. You're a moron." I don't really care, but that's the way I say it. I mean, right now, this this is how it's probably going to go. I mean, it's going to be a kind of a wash right now because you don't know who's going to get the targets and whatnot, how it's going to fulfill out. They're going to probably sprinkle in some Sterling Shepard, some Wandale. I mean, I want to see Jalen Hyatt get in there as soon as he can to get his feet wet and whatnot. Because if it comes down to be, I mean, Isaiah Hodgson is actually playing on an exclusive free agent tag. They can cut his ass in a heartbeat. So I mean, he'll be out either way. So I mean, maybe they cut Sterling Shepard, but I mean, this crew just looks bad.
Yeah, and like we were saying, they're interchangeable. That's why I should have made this a list of like 9 players. Because I would have put every damn giant receiver would have had a spot. Even Richie James, who isn't with the damn team anymore, there would have been a spot for every one of them. Because you can plug and play these guys. Oh, Sterling's going to be healthy, but you as a fantasy player, I avoid them all. Unless it's like a waiver week 7 pickup, I need somebody got hurt. Bad trade, whatever. Run and go get one of these guys if you can. But they'll pop at the most random times. They'll show up at the most random. We'll see a pregame report. Oh, week 12, Sterling's going to be healthy this week. He's going to get targeted. Okay, where do I get my hands on him? So like DFS, I like these guys. You can plug and play, and just it's a 1 week commitment kind of thing. But like over the course of a season, yeah, I avoid them like the plague. The only one I like that I think going forward has got a future is Jalen Hyatt. That's why I included him. Usually I put these rookies in the 4 or 5 spot when I think very highly of them. And everybody else is trash. Giants, they're gonna take a regression, and their record I am predicting I think 6-11. I think they're really gonna take a nosedive this year.
Yep. Just so everybody who's tuning in, if it's later on, we're talking about the Giants right now. We'll be getting into some other guys right now as well. Just so that everybody knows, when you jumping in on stream, we're talking about the Giants right now. But yeah, Jalen Hyatt, he had 67 receiving yards, 1,200 some odd yards. He that was an average of 18.9. His longest was set. He's a deep threat. He's a 3 deep threat guy. I mean, he had his longest was 78 yard. His longest was 78 yard reception, and he had 15 some odd touchdowns last year. So I mean, with Tennessee, he was just lighting it up.
And these are against SEC defenses.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like he wasn't playing at Appalachian State or some random school in the in the middle of nowhere, East Washington or something. Like he's going up against NFL cornerbacks. The same reason I love me some LSU receivers, because every LSU receiver seems to pan out. I like these 2 Tennessee receivers a lot. Hyatt I like more. He's got the highest upside. He could be by 2020 another one of these guys who, I've mentioned a few of them, Chase Brown from the Bengals, few guys that I'm like, by 2024, he should be the number 1 guy. I think by 2024, so if you're looking ahead for a draft for a year, or you're playing Dynasty or anything like that, Jalen Hyatt will be the number 1 guy moving forward. I don't think this year, because it's the waters are too muddy, but he's the long bet.
Yep.
In my opinion, they stole him in the 3rd round, and that's just my thought. My thoughts on it. I'm turning off the lights. Lights out for summer.
Jared says Giants blow, Cowboys swallow. Yeah. I know you're a Lions truther over there, Jared. But yes. Anyways, on Jared, the whole Jalen Hyatt thing, we mentioned him a little bit with the AFC North preview with Cedric Tillman and whatnot. I kind of mentioned that the year before. Hyatt was not that great. Tillman was kind of the hot hand on that side until he got injured. The roles flip-flop, and Hyatt came out pretty much being the main man, and both those guys got drafted. Eric Gray, real quick. I think he's I want to say he's a guy to kind of watch in case Barkley decides to not, Gray with he